So as I told you, right, ServiceNow is a tabulated structure. For everything, we have tables in ServiceNow. Okay. So for everything means you can say when you are creating a user means what? Actually, you are creating a record in ServiceNow, some some user table. Okay. If you are creating a role means what? If you are creating model means what? You are creating one record in some table. And you know all the functionality of ServiceNow it depends on the table. Okay. So just check all the list of tables into ServiceNow. So there is one table which contains all the tables, list of tables. If you want to put it, and I told you it is so easy. If you want to create a table, just write table here, search, and you will get a module table. In table definition, we have tables. If I click on tables, you can see all the list of tables which are in ServiceNow. Suppose, for example, you have created a module, right? Just search regarding the module. There is one table like sys UI module. This is a module table. Sorry, sys app module. Okay. You have created the role also. For role, just check what different types of tables we have. So a lot of tables for role. There's a sys underscore user underscore, right? So if you want to see any table name, what you need to do, go to that form or go to the list view. So this is the list view, right? Where we can see all the fields. So on the list view, if you click on the field and go to configure table, you will come to know the table name of that list view. Okay. If you want to go to the form and form you also from the form also you can see the table name. That is what right click on that configure table. So you will get the table name. So this is a table name which where we will store all the tables. That is what sys underscore db underscore object. Let's go for the users. If you go to the users, you can say I want to search the table name for this. I will go to configure table. I can see this is the sys underscore user table, right? I will go back. I will open this record. I will click on roles also. Just go to roles also and just I will see, okay, configure table. I can see the role table. What is the role table name? Sys underscore user underscore role table. This is what, this is the user table. Now, when you remember when you are assigning the role to this user, this is also different tables. Okay, these are the records which are related with this record of user table. If you right click on this and configure table, you will get the table name of this also. So till now you come to know, like I think you are assuming that is the role table, but this is a different table. This is the user role table. This is the role table. So what is this user role table? User role table is nothing but the mapping of one user and one role. Okay. For mapping also, when you are assigning one role to one user, it will create one new record in this table, that is sys underscore user underscore has underscore role. Okay. I just want to tell you, like for everything we have a table in service. Okay. We'll just focus on this part later. What is the mapping table and all. Okay. So you know, right? If you want to know any table name, suppose if I go to the incident, there is one incident module. There is a create new. If I click on, I will get a new record of incident where I can create, sorry, I can create a form. I can get a form, new form to create new record. I want to know what is the table name for this. I will go to configure and I will click on the table. So I can see there is an incident which will extend the task table. In service now we can extend also a table. Okay, that is something we are going to see now in practical. But before this, you should know what is table structure in service now. So generally in service now there are four types of table. One is system table. System table means like generally how we can represent the, you can say system table which will always start with sys underscore. For example, so this is the incident, it is not starting with sys. But if you go to suppose this model, how to open the module form, just click on edit, sorry, application menu form, right click on that, go to configure, go to table. So you can say starting with sys underscore. So whatever you can say sys underscore, these are the system tables. Okay, generally it is not recommended to modify those system tables. Suppose for example user table. If you go to the user, what is the name of user table? You can see in the link also sys underscore user configure table. So this is the sys underscore user table. So these are the tables. When you watch ServiceNow instance, right, you will get these kind of tables, system tables. On the system table, whole functionality of ServiceNow is depends on those system tables. Got it? The first table type is sys underscore. Second table type is nothing but you can say it will directly start with name. Okay, normal name. Like for example, it will be incident, it will be change underscore request. Like these are not system table. This is something ServiceNow has given you the functionality of incident management using incident table. If I right click on that configure table, that is an incident table. If you go to the change, if I click on create new, just I want to show you the table. Okay, for that I think there is a process, which type of change we need to create. We'll talk on that later. But I want to show like what is the change table. And this is not a system table. This is a out of box functionality. Out of box means existing functionality of ServiceNow. They have given you that functionality, but those are not system tables. These are the tables which will manage the services. Change underscore request. So second table is what? Directly it will start with the name. Okay. Starting with sys. Okay. And I will write out of box table. Out of box table. So starting with name. Directly name like incident change request. And there is a third type of table that is we call virtual table. These are not in database is not a you can say tables. So these are the virtual tables. Virtual tables means which will always start v underscore. So for example, there is one table. Okay, you can see how many users are logged in into ServiceNow. See logged in users. You can see currently there is only one. If I right click on this configure and table, you can say v underscore user underscore station. We call these as a virtual tables, right? Starting with v underscore. So these are the virtual tables, v underscore user underscore station, right? And there is a four type of user which is custom table. Custom tables means user defined tables. Means we are the user, we are going to create those tables, which always it will be you can say custom table starting with u underscore. So you can create this kind of table. Suppose I will create a table. How to create the table in ServiceNow? As always, search the table, go to the tables, click on new. You will get a form of the table. This is a table form. Okay. In table. So which table we'll get if you create a record in which table? If you create a record in sys underscore db underscore object table, it will treat as you have created a table. Okay, if I go to the tables, now if I click on new, I will create one table. For example, I will create a table name, suppose training service. So it will start u underscore training service. Okay, when you are creating a table, it will automatically ask you what should be a module. I want to create a module also for this. I want to create mobile module. Okay. I want to create new application menu for this training services service manage, right? Add module to menu. I can, so instead of creating new application menu, I can select existing application menu. In that, it will create a by default module. If I uncheck that, it will just create a table. It will not create a module or application menu. For example, just consider I want to create this application menu and module, training service management. After that, see there are fields. Okay, I can create the fields also, like here column name. I can put the type and all. But currently I don't want to create anything. Just I will click on submit. Let's see how it will work. I'm creating one table, that is training services. I have created a table. I know that, right? So there is a list view. I can see my table here. Okay. There is an updated column. If I click on this updated, I can see the latest entry training service. I open this table now. So you can say when I create a table, there are some by default columns I will get, like created by, created, sys ID, update says, updated by, updated. These are the by default system defined fields we'll get on every table if you create a table, right? So just check in left navigation we are getting anything or not. So if I write training, you can say there is a training service management and there is a training services. If I click on training services, I can see the list view. If I click on new, I will get a form. But you can see there is nothing on the form, right? But if you go to our table, how to go to the table? Configure table. You will get the table record. So now you can see these are the fields on that form. But if I click on training services, I can see only new button and there is no field. So where are the fields now? So there is one option. Okay, to configure the form of service now, you need to go to configure and form layout. In that form layout, you can add the existing fields of those tables you created, created by, updated, updated by. I can put those fields. I click on save. Just focus on how I have created the table and how I have added the field. These are all the read-only fields. Okay. Now think, okay, these are the fields on the table. I want to create one more field here. So I will create here name. This is the first way how we can create the field. In the type, I can select a type also. Which type I want to put the string type. I click on put max length is 40. That's it. I can create a new field also. I just click on new here. Okay, stay on the page. I need to save this first. Okay, don't use new button. We'll see that one next time. But I have created a field. If I go to the form, if I reload the form, yeah, I can see the new, you can say field here. So this is one way to create a table and the field according using this field. Okay. There is another, you can say this is a form, right? This is a table of table form, like SysDB object table form where we are creating a table. This is the table, our table. This is the form of our table where we can create a record. Suppose Puja. I click on submit. It will redirect to what? The list view. In the list view also I can see now of fields. Okay, it is redirecting here. That is fine. So if I go here and I click on training services, I can see here is created that there is one thing. How to add the columns in the list view also in the same fashion. Go to configure, go to list layout. I put created names. I just click on save. Oh, sorry, I didn't put the name. Created by. Who is created by? I have created. That's why it is coming as the admin. Configure list layout. Name. I click on save. So now I can see a puja here. I click on second record. So these are all read-only fields. I will put suppose Pankaj. And now I will save this. After saving the record, I can see created by whom? Admin. Updated by admin. Name is Pankaj. I click on training services. So this is the user defined table. What is the table name of this? Configure table. You will get the table name new underscore training underscore service. So this is what you can say, just creating a table, adding a field. There is one more option now. In a second, this is a form. Okay. The form starting from these buttons, upper buttons till this lower button. And these are the related lists. Forget about this for now. Let's go in the second section, controls. So see, if you want to put this table as an extensible, means in future you want to create a child table of this table, you can click on this extensive. Otherwise not. For now, I don't want to do that. Just in a normal way, we need to create a table. There is auto number. If I click on that, it will ask me the prefix, number of digits, and I will save this. This means what? You are creating a field on this table. Let's go to the columns. You can see there is a number field now. Let's go to the training services. And if you click on new, you will get the auto number as well now. So here I will write, sorry, I click on submit, right? So now I want to add, like there is a name and number field. I want to put that number field in the list view also. So what I will do, I will go to the list layout. To configure the form, you need to go to form layout. To configure the list, you need to go to what? List layout. We are going to list layout. Just put this number from left to right. We'll call this as a slash bracket. So all available fields will come here, and we need to just you can say move this field from left to right to get on the form or get on the list view. So this is nothing but you can say how to create the table, how to configure that table, list layout, form layout, what are the default tables, you can say what are the default table structure we have in ServiceNow. Okay, there is one more thing, like if you go to the tables, there is one table and column, you can say model. If I click on that table and column, here you will get all the list of tables in ServiceNow. You have created something you underscore training, right? So you will get here training. So our table name is training. See, training. See, this is our table, and these are the fields of our table. Number. So if you click on that, it will give you all the details. Okay, then in schema map also, if you click on schema map, it will show you all the table structure, who is the parent, who is the child. So after this, we'll just think about what is the, how we can extend the table. Okay, for now, just concentrate on how to create the table, how to create the fields. Okay, on that. So see, for the schema, there is a training services step. Or let's go. Okay, let's add how to create the child and parent table. So first thing is what, how to set this is as a parent. Okay, you can say training services. Okay, you can see in the controls, if I click on extensible equal to true, it means in future I can create a child table of this. So that's why I'm putting this extensible equal to true on a parent table. I just click on save. Okay, now let's go and try to create one more table in training service. I will just click on new. I will write trainer. So table name is obviously it will go you underscore trainer. It will create a module training trainer. I want to use the same application may know what we have created for training application. So training service manager. So it will not create a new, you can say application main. Now I will extend a training service table. So which will be a parent. And I don't want to put this extensible equal to true here. I don't want to take a auto number also. So what is the benefit when you extend the table in service now that we will see now? After this, I will just click on save. So if you see now, so what will happen? Okay, so you can say there are some fields which are get, and you can say there is a name and number field also. So what will happen if you extend the table? All the fields of parent table will come, it will inherit into child table. So if you go to training, now see trainers, if I click on trainer, you can click on new and you can see there is a auto number name, which are from parent table. Actually, these are not from the child table. If I create a record, suppose Yogesh, so this is the trainer table. And if you go to training services, this in the parent table, we can see all the records of child table as. So how we can distinguish? Okay, so this is the trainer table. Okay, I will create one more table, child table of training services. If I go to the tables, I will go to, okay, I will write student. I will extend again a training services table. Okay, and I don't want to create application when I need to use service management. And I just click on submit. So now there is a student also, right? So I will go to training service, click on student, I click on new. I will here write Gita, click on submit. Now see for students, in student there is only one record. In trainer, there is only one record. One training services, total record is 5. So there is Geeta also and Pankaj. How we will identify in parent table whether this record belongs to which table? So there is one column. When you put extensible equal to true, there is platform default. There is one column which will get added into table. That is nothing but the class. If I click on save, now you can see in the parent table there is a class different. This record belongs to student table. This record belongs to trainer table. So this is how we can distinguish a record in the parent table. Now this you have seen that records are coming from child table to parent table, but the fields, the configuration of table is coming from top to bottom, from parent to child. Okay. If suppose, for example, if I create a field in the child table, let's see how it will work in ServiceNow, whether it will be a part of parent table or not. You know that if I create a field in the parent table, it will go into child table as well. If I create a field into child table, suppose for here I will write first name. I will go to the string. Okay. So now see, like first name I have created. I just click on save. Now if I go to the students, now if I click on new, so there is a first name. So here just I will write Jeet. I click on submit. So here I can see the first name. Okay. To get that first name again, I need to go to configure list layout, first name, right? So now this Jeet is the first name. If I go to training services, you can see I can see only the name. I will not able to see the first name because the fields of a child table will not go to parent table. Got it? Only the parent table will inherit into child tables. But the records, what you are going to create a record in these tables will go, we can see always in the parent table. So this is all about, you can say, the table structure in ServiceNow, how we can create the table. And the field, okay, again there are a lot of things regarding field, how we can create using different way, so we can take it further.